Hello and welcome back to Legends Esports Season 3, Week 3. It's me, ADHD. I'm back this week from vacation. I'm joined tonight by Giggle, who will not have his cam on because he's a little bit shy. He was just telling me that
True.
there's just so many reasons why he can't be on, but hopefully you guys can hear him. If you can't, let us know.
I think I'm here.
But sounds like it. So we have some very exciting and unsurprising news. I told myself that I was going to be on my best behavior tonight since I'm casting with Giggle, but it appears that Chime has forgot to set his alarm again. This will make number 3, and for those of you curious, you can do this on your phone, and then you hit that. So because Chime is unable to do that, High Alert will be losing all of their bans, if my understanding is correct. Is that correct, Giggle?
Sorry, what was that?
High Alert will be losing all of their bans, correct?
All three bands.
Okay, so just their first 3. They'll have the second phase bans.
That's right.
All right. I'm assuming the Yumi is just for fun. Both of these teams obviously undefeated so far in the season, so it is a big one tonight. And we have the grudge match between Metro and Sinestro, so we get to see once and for all who really was the carry last year. My bet's on Metro. What about you?
I would say that's probably a pretty good guess, but I don't know a couple of these players tonight. I know
Yeah, let
Ember's
me.
got a sub as well in the jungle. Or sorry, not the jungle. Was it 80 carry?
80 carry. It looks like VF Lambo is the normal starter. I don't know
Yeah.
who the sub is.
Gonna be Kringle Berries. Oh, I guess
Unfamiliar with that name.
Metro's getting a collie.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, they didn't have any
Uh,
bans.
Fun fact: the last time I saw Metro Zakali was when Chime slept through my game last split, and we lost all 3 of our first bans, and Metro locked in a Kali and 1v9'd us.
Imagine that.
It
You
was.
don't have any bans, and you can't ban the one trick.
Listen, I'll reveal my bias a little bit here. In the past, I've been a Metro hater, but last split he was cooking. He was really good all last split, and his Akali is genuinely ban worthy. You should just ban it every game. He is very good at that champ.
I give him
So I'm
props, though.
expecting,
He's
yeah.
got more champs now in his pool for sure.
Um, we will see, but not in game 1. Does High Alert lose their first 3 in the next game as well?
It would just be for the first one. It would be -1 for the E sub. Should they
Okay.
have to continue using it?
Okay, so I do want to say when you see the Akali, they respond with Volibear and Malzahar. I'm a big fan of that. These like champions that have like 14 dashes in their kit and are always moving around are just super hard countered by point click CC, and they've already got 2 pieces of it, so I'm a big fan of that. Kane,
Yeah, I think Volibear is one of Sinestro's big picks too.
it definitely is. He tends to favor the meta champs, and Volibear is pretty strong right now, so I like that. I'm not sure that I like Kane into Volibear. I feel like obviously if he gets the farm, it's great. He's going to scale and do all kinds of cool stuff. But realistically, like I don't know how he defends himself from Volibear. Like if I'm Sinestro, I'm just constantly running into his jungle, and I know that Sinestro is going to do that because that's how he already plays. So I think this could be tough for the Kane if he's not careful, but we'll see. Poppy locked in as well. I'm gonna assume that is support. Could be top, I guess.
I agree. I
Either
think
way,
it's support
good.
as well. I know their manager 21 is playing tonight, and he is a big Poppy player, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think Akali's fantastic this game. I think Poppy is fantastic this game. It's good against Akali and Kane. Already, everything else is just a bonus at this point, I think. So, I'm happy to see it.
No, I agree.
We're gonna see our first ban of the night for High Alert be Braum, which I feel like is a pretty good one. I think High Alert is showing that they have this kind of all-in comp going with two melee champs already. Alistar going to be another one. They really want to get rid of these kind of Vanguard type champs, which is smart. I think I like that. I think I would like to see them just full send on the dive at this point. They've already got the Malzahar and the Volibear. I do think that they're pretty low on damage, so I'd like to see something like Jinx or something of that nature.
I think not only
Um,
is their ability to play dive, but they also have very strong just hey, if you're gonna dive in on us, like we're just gonna point and click you and you're gonna die.
yeah, it's Vayne though.
Yeah, super vain.
On honestly, I'm a huge Vayne hater, but this game specifically, we don't see any tanks, but I feel like it's pretty challenging. Vayne is one of the only ADCs that can like sorta defend herself against assassins, and I think realistically, Kane should not be hitting W on Vayne. Akali should be getting condemned away. I think this is not the worst pick. I think Vayne is one of the ADCs that does better against these kind of assassin champions. I think Seraphine is a good response from Ember though. With the Sever, you obviously are playing support now, Kay. I'm sure you're aware of how strong Sever is in lane right now. That
Yeah.
champ's supposed to be like this mega scaler, but it feels like she just wins lane really hard too. It's like even if she's not killing you, it's just impossible to get wave control. It's so hard to back. Uh,
Yeah, it's
even
very
after like
good just for getting prio, and I think that's what you're gonna need this game.
yeah, and they're definitely going to have it against Vayne Poppy. I don't think that they're going to be able to accomplish anything early. They're just going to be hiding under turret. Uh, I'm a little bit scared because Set is typically a champion that wins lane nowadays into a lot of these meta top laners. So we'll see what he goes with here. But I'm worried that Ember is just going to have Prio all over the map if we don't see Renekton. Okay, I think I actually like that. They recognize that they need some kind of winning lane to play around, and they can pressure around topside with the Renekton Volibear. I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I agree that I think that's a pretty good pick here.
So I think my overall opinion of this draft, when I'm looking at it, is that when you just look at the end result, some of these champs look kind of weird. But as we were kind of going through it, I think that a lot of these responses made sense. They were champions that you would pick that are good against what the other side is showing. So ultimately, I think High Alert's comp looks a little disjointed as the end result, but I think they have a lot of champions that are good against Ember's champs. Um, Ember, I think their comp is really strong. They have a lot of good prio with a Kane to farm, so normally I'm hesitant about the Kane because I'm worried about him getting invaded early, but they have so much prio that I don't think that'll be a problem. He should be able to farm up relatively safely.
I think the thing I like about High Alert's comp actually is just it's very much, hey, we want you to dive in on us, just Akali or even the Kane, and they're just gonna lock you down, target one of them, and then just instantly kill him, and it's an odd number fight. So it's very good actually, I think, at dealing with the assassins.
Yeah, I agree. The Poppy especially. The only concern I have is I am worried that sometimes when you pick Poppy, you pick it because you see all these dashes, but then there's like too many things that you have to stop. It's like, is Poppy going to be trying to stop the Kane? Is he going to be trying to stop which part of the Akali combo? So I think that they definitely have the tools to deal with it, but it is going to come down to kind of a hands check type deal for 21 on the support Poppy. But I think if he can do that, they have a pretty solid chance. But I think it's weird because Ember has the two assassins on the 1-2, but they also have the Seraphine Saber to just kind of like sit back and DPS from range. So I'm curious to see how these fights are going to play out.
Yeah, I think Ember has to play it with assassins around the flanks, and you got a Seraphine ult on the top of them, trying to keep them or High Alert CC'd long enough for the assassins to kill somebody. But if they get CC'd, I mean, I think High Alert just runs away with the fight, or Poppy just knocks somebody out.
Agree. Uh, but we are heading into game number 1. For those of you just joining us, it is High Alert versus Ember, and we are excited to see what both of these 2-0 teams can do. I'm expecting a lot from both of them. Unfortunately, subs on both sides, but we're expecting a good one tonight. Metro's in the chat. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes. I we're off, right? Or we're muted now. We are going. and bearing with it. Anyway, though, the champion portraits are messed up on the left. And that is already... There we go. Perfect.
We're going.
I don't know how that happened. Perfect.
Yeah,
All right,
Riot's
gonna take
like
a
to
look.
change up how Spectator is now.
It is crazy how, like, accustomed to that I am, that I'm looking at the screen for, like, 1 second and it's already obvious. To me, it's, like, hurting my eyes to look at.
Yeah.
I think we all play this game a little too much. But anyway, nothing too spicy at the beginning here. We have a little bit of ward down on the red side. Raptors, going to be pretty typical. I know for a fact that Deathmaster loves to start these Raptors, so I think that's a good look for Ember to ward that out. Red side also going to look for a little bit of cheese with the Poppy early here. She is, of course, incredibly strong at level 1. If Seraphine does check this, this is going to be disaster for her. Oh, they're going to go for the ADC. We'll see what they're able to get done here. That is a nice little trade onto Kringleberries. The barrier is probably going to save him, but he's going to have to recall immediately.
Yeah, 100%. No, that was a good play. I thought it was looking like it was going to be Seraphine jumped on, but I think they made the right choice.
You know, there's probably some degree of min-maxing to be done there that I don't know about. Like, do people actually know, like, the base stats of ADCs versus, like, supports? Because I almost feel like if they go for the Seraphine there, they kill her, because she doesn't have the barrier. It's like a very small optimization. I don't think anyone would actually think of that in the moment. Either way, it's probably almost better to go for the ADC anyway, just so you can get the advantage in the lane.
Losing XP on that 80 carry is going to be pretty rough.
Yeah, and one of the things that we talked about earlier as well is that we were expecting this Seraphine Sivir to have huge advantages early, and I just don't think that's going to happen now with the flash going. Plus, we have Volibear pathing towards bot, so they're going to be in a really compromised position here. They have managed to set up a pretty nice freeze, though. We'll see what Vayne is able to do in terms of pushing this wave out. Obviously, it's not typically a lot, but a little bit of scrapping in the top lane and a gank in the mid lane already. Metro is going to be taken low. We'll see if he's able to get out with the E. Nope. The Malzahar bleed is going to take him down. 1-0. Tyler?
Yeah, fighting all across the map. You love to see it.
Yeah. And that's going to be a really strong start for the side of High Alert. Obviously, they're pretty disadvantaged in this game, being 3 bans down. I know both Giggle and I have played before, and it is not fun to be in that position. I'm sure you've been in that position before, with as long as you've played. It is terrible. It feels really hard.
I lost all 3 of my bans last night, actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it often feels disastrous. There are so many champs that I feel like they need banned nowadays.
Yeah, especially
I feel like I'm a
when you got
Redditor
somebody
sometimes.
like Metro with having a Kali, picks like that. Stinks when you don't have your bans.
Yeah, and funnily enough too, Metro dies to that first blood, but he does have a small farm advantage, and he has the Dark Seal. Yeah, the Dark Seal into O2 start, it's looking like. He does not have flash, so it's a good focus from them. Funnily enough, Kayn actually finishes that crab before coming here, so we'll see what's happening in the bot side while we're missing what's happening in the mid. He's out. Okay.
Out.
And Fallen does actually get the crab too, which is pretty funny. Volibear still has both of his bot side camps up, but it looks like he's going to be walking towards the bot side now too. With all of his camps up, this is crazy work. If you're a laner, you love this. Incredibly selfless play from him, but I think they're going to be able to get this. Yeah, the exhaust plus the missing flash is going to secure it. Honestly, that's a really good look. That's not a play that I would have gone for. I would have just AFK'd and cleared my camps, but that would have been bad. Good play for him to notice that. We like that. But he is going to lose his topside camps for that, so this Volibear is going to be behind individually, but he gets the good play bot, so we're going to call it worth.
Yeah, you have to. Definitely a smart play when they went with exhaust first.
There's no way that Metro gets a solo kill.
Minions?
Oh my goodness.
He's out.
Ah, that is really funny. I don't think 21 is going to be able to get this. Oh my god. Why did he take it back? Metro! Oh my god.
Maybe he's
It
just
was
not
so good until
used
it
to
wasn't.
Akali mechanics or something.
He's new. He didn't know how the E worked. It's a little. He's a little sticky, I swear. Um, one thing I do want to point out is that once again, I'll give a little bit of praise towards Sinestro as he does go towards his bot side, immediately take that dragon. Volibear, one of the few champions that can take the dragon really easily at level 4. Everybody can kind of do it, but it's so slow, it's not worth it. Volibear, not one of those champs. He's really good at killing it. He knows that his topside camps are already gone anyway, so he's just here to clean up his bot side camps and reverse his pathing towards top, which I think is the correct play. We like to see that. Meanwhile, though, Fallen has shown that he is probably going blue cane with the Dirk buy early. I'm not sure how I feel about that this game, to be honest. I feel like they're pretty tanky. You got a couple of bruisers, a lot of melee champs. Seems like Red Cane would have been better. I don't really know the state of Cane, though. Right now, it seems like there's always one that's better than the other one, and you just do that every time, no matter what. Malzahar ult is gonna connect here, though.
I know whenever I see a blue cane in my games, I just know that I've already lost, so I definitely prefer when they go red, personally, but I know blue has its moments.
Bit of a fight top and mid. Metro is able to skate out again. No flash on the Volibear to clean it up. So a lot of pressure going mid here. The fight top appears to be pretty even, though. We'll see if Yoshi is able to clean this up on the back end, though. Renekton cooldowns are really long early, so no build up on the charge there, so I'm not going to be able to clean it up, but both top lane are scrapping pretty hard, but set with the 10 farm advantages. Pretty sizable lead, as well as the farm lead we see for the Kayn, too, so farm advantages for Ember, but obviously the kill lead for High Alert is going to result in a relatively even game at this point.
Yeah, we do have a big lead in bot, though, for High Alert, which is pretty surprising considering it's main versus Sivir, but they did lose out on that level 1.
Yeah, the level 1 plus, I don't really know who Kringleberries is, but I definitely know who Civil is. But I'm going to interrupt that to talk about this fight over the red buff. Metro is going to be able to clean up Sinestro early. We'll see what Fallen's able to get done with the ult onto Little here. He's going to have to flash out, but they've got what they came for. That's already 1 for none so far. Meanwhile, the set is going to be here too. I think this should be another kill for Metro, as well as probably the Grubs here. Little Pookie is going to go down to Metro's Akali as well. 2-2 despite all the pressure. This is definitely what you're looking for from Metro.
Yeah, and for a moment there, I saw Renekton getting that charge up on his ability, and I thought it for a second. You know, he was going to turn it, but not enough on the heels.
That was a crazy interaction there, by the way. The Seraphine ult comes out right as she gets punted. 21 is going to go for more, though. The barrier is going to save him for now. Oh, it's a disaster bot lane. Oh, no.
Seraphine.
Civil is not going to be able to get out of this, surely.
Oh.
Nope. That is so close. That is totally an unforced error from the bot lane of HA. That they were winning this game so hard. We're not done yet, though. This is a level 7 Kayn, by the way. This Volibear is level 5.
Yeah, a bit of an
unfortunately, the E... yeah, unfortunately, the E for the Volibear is going to connect on the Kayn, so he's going to be done for now. Man, I feel like I have not had a chance to breathe. This is just constant fighting.
It's very entertaining, though.
Yeah, this is a good one. Gold lead, a little bit of an advantage for Ember right now as we're fighting over another buff here. This time, it is once again Ember on the aggression. Deathmaster opponent's still level 5. This has got to be super favorable for Ember if they continue to fight this. Civil is pretty strong, but he is Vayne. Metro is just going to clean this up on the back end. 21 is able to get the wall slam. But the Metro are... yeah, that was a really good play from Ember.
Yeah,
I like that they're looking for this.
Late too.
I do not know what Malzahar is doing here. More fighting in the top lane, too. We'll see what Civil is able to clean up Molly here, at least. He's going to chase pretty far. The Condemn is not going to connect into the wall, but the Malzahar ult is immediately canceled. Oh, no. It's a horror. It's a horror. Civil is doing a lot of damage, but he accidentally auto-attacks the wrong person, so Kayn is going to get out. Meanwhile, our level 5 Volibear is back and ready for action. The wall stun is going to come through into the Volibear Q. Is probably going to result in a dead Metro, but at this point, I think he's done his job.
Yep, no flash.
Wow.
Is that normal for a Kali?
Um,
Ignite TP?
yes, sometimes. It's typically like matchup dependent, I think.
Okay.
This game, I think it's like actually pretty smart because realistically, Flash is not saving. Like if Malzahar is ulting you and Volibear is there, I don't think Flash is saving you, right? You're just dead no matter what. So you may as well just have the kill pressure. That would be my guess. I'm not an Akali expert or a mid expert, but that would be what I'm guessing. All I can say is that from experience, I've definitely seen that before. But Kane is gonna get the secure there.
Seraphine ult over the top just to let him smite.
Yeah, the damage from the ult is enough. Just in case you don't know, being stunned, whatever, does not prevent you from smiting. You can still always smite. I think suppression is the only thing that prevents you from doing it. So like Skarner R and Skarner E. Yeah, Skarner R, Skarner E. Those prevent it. Malzahar R, Warwick, those are like the only abilities that prevent you from smiting. Everything else it works similarly to Tryndamere R. But it is good though because it does a lot of damage, and that's really what helps you secure it. Fallen though has a Ghostblade and a Dirk, and is level 8. Volibear is level 6 with a Cosmic Drive. Funnily enough, if they fought 1v1 right now, I'm pretty sure Volibear would win. I'm saying that like it's like Kane is so far ahead, and he is, but it just is like at this point in the game, it's just such a champ diff. However, that's not going to last much longer. I think the timer is really coming up for Sinestro in terms of his ability to fight 1v1.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the jungle matchups individually myself, but Volibear's just got a bunch of stats that I always get tripped up on.
So, something from chat was pointed out to me. Volibear did only have a 600 smite for that dragon, and that's why it was so easy for Fallen to get, because he had the 900 damage smite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The CS difference is just getting bigger and bigger in the jungle. It has evened out a little bit in the ADC position, but yeah, that is crazy. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Little Pookie is definitely going to go down to the set flash redirect on the W. Not sure that was necessary, but it's always fun to show off that you can do that little mechanic.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of showboat in there. I think it was probably unnecessary with Seraphine there, but like you said, you got to make those clips happen when you can.
I feel like that's like a canon thing for Set to do, right? You know,
you have
like,
to at least once a game, right?
Yeah, it's just like part of his personality. Fallen is crazy here, going for the 3v1 turret dive, is just able to get to the other side of the wall. Funnily enough, the stun effect still connects, even though he goes on the other side. That is like a really weird way for that to work. But Fallen is going to be okay for now. He's just hovering around trying to get this W poke. He's not afraid to dive here, but he uses the R a little bit early, so this is kind of risky. He's going to take turret over here. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Seraphine ult is going to go into nothing. Vayne is trying to play the game, but it is not working. We'll see what Volibear is able to get done on the backside here, but they don't have numbers. This is going to be really bad for High Alert. Surely they're going to lose this on the back end. Pringleberries is going to go down almost certainly, but he's just able to get out. Meanwhile, Metro TP into the backline is going to catch Mystic out, and that is a huge win for Ember. We'll see what they're able to get on the back of this. The Herald is spawning in 20 seconds. No Dragon. They're able to get a ton of gold off of that, though, and a lot of lane advantage. So, really good collapse from Ember. I think that High Alert was just playing like crazy there. Obviously, we have omniscient vision, so it's a little hard for us to understand. But with the vision we have, that looked crazy. That was nuts.
Yeah, you gotta be surprised a little bit with as many abilities as Ember missed there. They still just kind of ran away with that fight.
They just had more numbers. I remember for a pre-made team that I played for a while ago, our air quotes coach was looking at some of our scrims and just like, guys, literally just learn to count. Like seriously, just like count how many people are in the fights, and you guys would be so much better. And it sounded like so toxic and mean, and we were like, you know, screw that guy, like he's just being a douche, but he was. We literally started winning as soon as we started doing that. He just gotta count. Set is gonna go down here, but Kane is gonna be able to clean it up here. That W did a ton of damage. I don't think he's gonna like his odds here though. With the silence from the Malzahar, not gonna miss a good R press from Fallen. I still don't think it's gonna be enough. That was crazy. I don't like that at all. He's feeling really strong with the 2 items. 2 lethality items on the Kane. Obviously does feel amazing, but that is a shutdown. And a little bit of craziness there. Set also goes really ham there with no vision on the top side. So that was definitely a bit of an oopsie from the top side of Ember. But honestly, they're so far ahead, I don't think it matters. I think they're having fun this game.
Yeah, and I think the big miscalculation there on that top side play was just Renekton still had flash. I think he's dead without it.
Yeah. I agree. I think... So Renekton went for the Eclipse build. This is definitely like the solo queue build that I see. Typically when you see Renekton in pro play, you see like the Shrine Breaker or the Shojin Rush just to be like a little bit tankier, because the Eclipse does obviously help you in the 1v1s, but I don't really think that Renekton is ever winning side lane against Set, especially at this deficit. So I'm a little sussed by that. I don't like that very much. I wish it would have went for the more kind of team fighty build. But
yeah, I think unfortunately our league's a little bit closer in skill to solo queue than pro play as well.
Yeah. Look, I get a lot of grief for that, but hold on. Metro goes way too deep. He gets the kill, but he's gonna die. That is not worth it. Sybil, meanwhile, is going crazy in the back on. Kane is gonna one-shot Sybil here. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Goodbye. More fighting in the top lane too. Can't be left out of the fun. I think that little Pookie is not making the right choice going back in here, but the Eclipse is going to do a lot. Set. Oh my god, it's coming down to the wire. Set is just barely going to win it.
Cooldown diff.
This Kane is just running around in Volibear's jungle. I don't even think he cares that his team is dying right below him right now. He sees camps and he's like, must get 10 CS per minute. He's obviously a little behind that, but I think 8 CS a minute for junglers is like the jungle 10 CS a minute, so we'll see if he can get 30 more farm in the next 2 minutes. Honestly, he might be able to. He's got all of his bot camps up. He's definitely doing the for fun play this game.
Yeah, he's definitely in control, that's for sure. So, it's funny. When I was watching the early game, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know, maybe this is why I suck. Because I watched Sinestro go for that play, and I was like, wow, I never would have done that. I would have played that so much greedier and went to defend my top camps from the Kane. And even though he got the kills bot, I think my initial instinct was actually right, that was just not good. Like, because he's just so far behind. It's like he saves bot lane a little bit, but bro, does ADC even matter? Like, I feel like jungle strength is just so important, because once you fall even a little bit behind, you just open yourself up to getting destroyed by the whole enemy team. And credit to Ember, they have done a really good job of punishing this deficit that Volibear's found himself in. They are constantly invading him, which is really smart and really good. So I actually am going to give a lot of credit to Ember for playing that well and recognizing that they have this humongous jungle advantage. And I'm sure Fallen is screaming in his team's ears like, guys, just don't do anything. Like, just let me farm. As soon as I hit 3 items, we can't lose. That is almost certainly what his comms are right now, and I think he's correct. Yeah, it's just wild. It's about an 80 CS lead in the jungle right now.
They are so deep, by the way. Metro is, like, way behind that turret. Mollywops is going to tank this turret. He's going to take 2 shots, but they're going to be able to get out for now. We'll see what Kane is able to do. He goes down almost immediately. Renekton is low, but it's not going to matter. Meanwhile, Vayne is chasing down Kringleberries. He's going to be able to get him. This is a huge play for HA. This is looking really good. Okay, that's Otacon. I mean, Vayne, Volibear, it's for sure down. Like, that is a, what, like 7k deficit before that fight. Now it's down to 5k, plus they're going to get this Otacon. I
Yeah,
would not count AJ out of this game.
they're definitely gonna scale up with the Vayne. Connecting doesn't scale too well in the late game, but I mean that's just what you get when you try to, push your lead too much. Pay the price.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like really unnecessary because I think that Ember kind of just needs to play this game like slower at this point and just take all the objectives. I don't really think they need to continue like pushing for these like jungle invades like this because Kane is just so far ahead that it doesn't matter. This Volibear is crazy behind and he still built Cosmic Drive, by the way. Like, I don't think this build is terrible, but if you're falling behind, like you're never gonna live long enough to auto attack somebody. Like this Kane has 3 items and Volibear is on 1.5. Like if you're only gonna be on 1 item, that's not the end of the world. But wouldn't you rather that be like a Sundered Sky or a tank item or something? Like surely.
Yeah, I can see that.
It is poverty time for the Volibear, but he does complete his 2nd item. Meanwhile, Vayne is going to look for the 1v1 on Metro here. Unfortunately, auto attacks a minion, so he's going to lose his stacks. That's 2 minion autos so far.
It.
Yeah, that was really... Yeah, that was both really good and really bad. The fact that he canceled the jump is actually big. I almost wonder if he's buffering that, just like mashing his E key to call he's jumping around. Yeah. Either way, it's a good play, but... Oh! Jump scare. ADC seems like a really not fun role. I'm not gonna lie. That seems just awful.
Yeah, you make a play bot and that you solo their mid laner and then that happens to you.
Yeah, Civil is not gonna be feeling too good about that. I do think that AJ can win these fights if they're able to protect Civil, but I think Civil needs to play really slow and force them to overextend for him because Ember has shown that they will overextend if they get bored enough. So like, I think the play for AJ is for Civil to play really far back, let them overextend, and pray for the Vayne pop off. I think if they can do that, they have a chance. It's not going to be easy, but I think that is their best avenue to winning.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard each fight. Which way are they gonna do it?
3v2. Instant death.
They're just finding a little bit of gold here and there, coming right back.
Yeah, that's just so greedy for Fallen to be there. They are going to get a bot turret to punch for that, so it's debatably worth if they don't die here, but I think they are going to die. This is a 4v1, and Vayne is here, just free firing. He's going to focus down Metro first to make sure he can't get anything in the back end here.
Ooh.
The huge set play, though, is going to be able to get one. Civil is going to be able to clean him up in the back end. It's 2 for 1, all things considered. Better than we expected from Ember, but once again, even though Ember is losing the fight, they are hitting this mid tower. I don't think they're going to be able to get it. Renekton is also pushing top for HA. I don't think he's going to be able to get the tower or anything.
Yeah, only a 2k gold lead now too.
That's crazy. This is actually a game. I mean, I pretty much wrote this off. I was doing the caster thing of like trying to be nice and like pretend it wasn't over. But I think I think this game is not over. Little Pookie going to be caught by 2 here. The Kayn plus the Seraphine is almost certainly going to be enough. Renekton is going to die very quickly here.
Oh,
Even if Kayn slams the wall.
flash.
Ooh, 21! That flash is going to be gone for a little more than 21 seconds.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, that wasn't the best one, honestly. We're a little off tonight.
Well, better you make that joke than I do, so I appreciate that.
That's true. That's true. Do you ever think that, like, you're going to say something cringe and it's going to get clipped just because you're the owner? Like, is that a thing that people would do?
Oh, I'm past the point of thinking about it. I just say and do whatever, and knowing it's gonna get clipped anyway.
Yeah, you're just immune to it at this point.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at getting rage baited.
Yeah, same. I've had a couple of manifestos written about you, or written about me. I know you have too. I got some good ones. We'll save that for another time. Mollywop's going to be caught out. 21's ult's not going to connect here. Civil is going to have to flash away, which is unfortunate. The Seraphine ult is going to connect. The set is going to be able to connect on the back end too. The huge Haymaker is going to connect. Civil is down. Surely this means that this is going to be a win for Ember on the back end. 21 is out for now. The Malzahar ult is going to get a lot done. Volibear going to be able to ult over the wall. That was actually a pretty nice ult from Volibear to get out. Unfortunately, he is still going to go down. Poppy is going back for round 2 on the wall slam, and it's going to be good. Somehow, HA win that fight? What?
I think it comes down to just target selection there. Malzahar was just
That is...
standing still ulting him, and they were hitting
Oh.
Volibear.
Oh no. Yeah, 21 got a little spooked there. The W was really early.
Oh, he's still going.
Oh, he wants it so bad. That's crazy. Akali is going to be able to clean up that bot turret too.
No, I have
This
seen
is-
players die to that tower before doing that. I was wondering if that was going to be one of those moments.
Yeah, this game is so weird because I keep watching these fights, and the team that wins the fight ends up losing out on gold. Ember is back up to 4K lead again, which is crazy. They're able to clean up those turrets, even though losing the fight, so it ends up being worth it. Kali is going to get another solo kill here. Vayne tumbles in.
Yeah, I think Metro's in trouble here.
Yeah, I think the passive is going to let him run him down, but the rest of the team is here. No Vayne ult now. This is a good opportunity for Ember to push for something important here. I almost want to see them start this Baron. They have
Yeah.
the Seraphine.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, they should. I think they're playing this way too conservatively. Force this in their face. Instead, they're just going to settle for the red buff, it looks like.
They are starting
Wow,
it.
yeah, they're
Oh,
super
huge
disconnected
Seraphine
here.
ult.
This is a really big Seraphine ult though. Kate is finishing the red buff, please, please.
Same play?
It's so good, it's so good, it's so good. This is the game. This is the game.
Wow.
This is Baron. We'll see if they even take Baron. They might just run it down mid. Looks like they're a little disconnected, but yeah, with Vayne Kane, they're definitely gonna be able to do this. That ended up being really good. HH just kind of funnels into them.
Yeah,
It is
ignore
funny
the
that Fallen
Seraphine
finished
ult.
off their red. Yeah, the Seraphine ult was super good there from Molly. He has that Rylai's, so he has some damage. He's also got the Redemption, so doing a little bit of a mixed build here, but...
It's kind of funny. I mean, Kane did go and finish that red buff, but it did give him the perfect flank angle.
Yeah,
Just to
so
instantly kill Civil.
I can tell you pretty definitively that that was not a patience flank. That was a I'm finishing the red buff, and
Yes,
it
of
accidentally
course.
resulted in being a good timing.
Of course, you know, I was just trying to, you know, put it in another light, you know.
I know this because I have been there before.
Oh.
It just feels so bad to start it. 21 on vision here.
Nope, if I'm playing AD carry, you know, I'm doing the same thing. That's my red buff. You guys better wait.
So Soul is picked up for Ember. Somehow we missed that. We got a little excited, I guess. But it is going to be the Hex Soul for Ember plus Baron. I think that this is going to be the winning push here unless HA pulls something magical here, which I don't think is going to happen. I will give them some credit though. They're down 9k now, but this game was closer than it definitely should have been. They were able to find some picks. They're playing against the most cursed enemy comp imaginable, like Metro Akali, Fallen Kane that's one of his signature champs too. It's like they're just playing against everything that Ember has on their like S tier list page that everybody makes for the team. So it ended up being closer than I expected, but ultimately I think this is surely the ending push. They are taking their time here, so maybe not.
Yeah, they've got to sync up those waves and do something, but they don't have a great siege team, I don't feel like.
They don't. They kind of have to wait for HA to walk into them. It's really hard to overforce. We've seen them get punished for that a few times, so they're playing it really safe. It is hilarious to me that Fallen is still running around the jungle looking for camps to kill.
Yeah.
He's full build. He's full build. Has that Axiom mark there too, so if he gets the first kill, we might be seeing the Fabled double ult. It's always fun.
Trying to burn
It's a level
down that
15
mid
Renekton, by the
tower
way. Yeah, they're getting to it really late, though. They've got, like, what, one more Baron Wave at this point? Gotta be close to done. I think they
Yeah,
are going to get what they
about
came for,
over.
though.
3/4 of the way over. They might get all 3.
I mean, if they get all 3, it's pretty much game.
Yep.
Sybil's going to try and run down the set. He tumbles in, but he's
Oh,
going to get
wow.
connected. Wow, really nice play from
Oh,
Yoshi
man.
there. That was nuts. That is a level 17 set, my guy. Yeah, isn't ADC a cool roll? Kane W is going to connect on to 3, but it's not going to do anything through the redemption. The ult is going to be out before the stun is, or the
Seraphine
silence is able to connect. Yeah, this is just the wombo combo for the finisher
Metro.
here.
And the game quick.
They're not going to be able to end the time.
Ah,
Metro does go down right at the end. Yeah, that was 56 kills in 31 minutes. That almost feels like a record even by LFA standards, I'm not going to lie. That is a lot of kills. That was a messy game with a lot of action, but it was a fun one.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's kind of what you're getting when you got Fallen and Metro on the same roster. It's just going to be, I'm always going to fight you, see what you can do about it, and it's very entertaining.
Yeah, that is definitely a fun one. I will say, thankfully, we're in Fearless, so we won't have to worry about the Akali again on the HA side. And I believe that they'll only be missing one ban the next game, so hopefully HA is able to put together a comp that's a little easier to execute and come back in game 2.
Yep, let's see. But for now, we're going to take it over to intermission, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Hello, we are back. Game number 2. Chime is still asleep. He's not here. But fortunately for High Alerts, they only lose one ban this time. We are going to see Ember back on blue side and High Alert on red side. Looking to get that counter pick, probably for one of their solo lanes, but we will see. Varus, first pick for Ember. Going to be a good start.
Yeah, I think it's an okay pick right now in the meta, but I'm not too sure on that one.
Yeah, I think Varus is one of those champions that I think is always be winnable if you play it. It's maybe not the best like power pick. It's not the same as like Jinx tier and amateur, but it is very versatile and it's very reliable. It gets prio, it wins lane. You can pick it with an enchanter, you can pick it with a tank. So it's just one of those champs that's kind of perpetually be winnable in a meta where a lot of times ADCs are actually getting pushed later into the draft. We saw that last game too, both ADC and support falling to 4-5 a lot more than we used to. I feel like for years now it's been ADC first pick, response with ADC plus jungler, which is obviously what we see this game, so we're kind of back to standard. But yeah, that has kind of been the meta for a while, but we've seen a little bit of a shakeup with that recently. If any of you guys watch Pro Play, that's kind of how it's been. Fearless is really shaking things up a lot, but this game, incredibly standard for both teams. MF Jarvan is like the new age MF Amumu. Wukong has been really good for, I feel like, 2 years now, and he's pretty good into Jarvan. Renata, really good response to engage comps, so I am really a fan of both teams' comps so far.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to see the Braum there, though, for Ember. Just against MF, and it's an engaged comp. I think Braum is really good, but you know you can't get upset with the Renata. She's basically doing the same thing, just a little bit differently.
The problem with Renata, I think, is that she's worse into range champs. So Braum, you're always kind of like just vibing, just sitting there. Like you're not really playing Braum for the lane, so it doesn't really matter what your opponent picks that much. The only thing that really counters Braum super hard is like Lulu or those like super scaling enchanters. I feel like Renata is really a counter pick specific champion. She's good against engage. Like you want to play Renata into like Leona, Nautilus, things like that. But HA has locked in Nico, which I feel like is not good for Renata in lane. I feel like that's going to be like really tough in lane.
Yeah, agreed. I think that's going to be a hard matchup.
Yeah, MFE is going to pretty reliably set up the Nico combo as well, so I'm a little bit scared for them in lane. That being said, did you know that I watch August TikTok sometimes, and did you know that Renata is in the top 5 hardest scaling champions in the entire game? At like 40 plus minutes, she has like the same win rate as like Cassidy and Kale.
I could see it as her ults being so impactful in fights.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And I will say, HA does just kind of have to run into them. And with double ADCs, that is an odd choice. Oh, you know what? I realized too. I forgot that Wukong is a flex. That's probably Metro's
That
Wukong
could
actually.
be.
Yeah. I was forget about his weird champ pull.
They do
So
have a
we're probably
sub
gonna get that
mid
revealed here.
laner for High Alert, so I don't know if they play Corki mid or if even we could see something spicy like an MF support here.
I forgot it's Fallen. Of course, it's not Wukong. This guy has been an Evelyn Kane player for the entire time I've known him. And what's his third champ? It's probably like Master Yi, Diego. So I should have known that. That's on me.
Yeah, so I think
For
it's
not knowing
Wukong
that.
mid.
Yeah, it's Wukong mid with Yone top, Evelyn jungle. Honestly, I like it. I like it a lot. Normally I would hate that, but with this team specifically, I think it's super good. I think it's really hard for Jarvan to connect with a meaningful engage on any of these people. Really, like it's pretty much just Varus, and he's gonna have Renata sitting on him. So I think Ember's comp is super good. That said, HA has picked a very standard style Bronze Zodia comp, which I'm obviously always a fan of. I just feel like they don't have any AP, but maybe it doesn't matter. I mean, Wukong is super good against AD comps, and they just have no AP. It's just Nico, who does no damage past like 15 minutes.
Right.
So I definitely see what HA is going for here, but it seems like a hard one to play this game. Um, I don't really feel like. I feel like Ember has the scaling advantage. I feel like Ember has most of the prio. I really think if HA is going to take this one, it's going to come down to their bot lane. So I want to see Sinestro like just run towards bot lane and just try and kill this Varus and Renata as many times as possible. I think that is by far their best win condition. Just get this MF ahead, put this Varus in the dirt, and then pray that you have the damage to deal with the rest of the divers on Ember. I think that's the game plan.
Yeah, I don't think I can argue too much with that.
Yeah. We didn't talk about Shen. Obviously, not the worst pick into the Yone. Going to be able to avoid a lot of that auto attack damage, but I just feel like it's going to be so hard for him to find any meaningful way out of the lane. Yone, one of those champions that can push really well when he needs to. Maybe we'll even see like the cringe stride breaker thing. I don't know if that's still a thing, but if it is, typically the way you deal with Shen is you just attack that lane constantly. You just shove it and you gank it constantly because can't ult to himself to play against that. So I definitely want to see Sinestro pathing towards bot and Fallen pathing towards top. Um,
How
that
is
said,
that top lane matchup?
honestly, I I don't know. I would say that it's probably Shen favored, like pre 10. Then it probably swaps to Yone favored post 10. Shen is really strong early, but Yone can be really dangerous too. So honestly, it could go either way.
Yeah, I think the cool thing is that both comps are kind of versatile in how they can play this game. So, if something doesn't go according to plan, they can switch it up.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat right now, and somebody said if R4 was Hwei, their comp would look way better. I agree, but that's not what happened. It's a Corki. I think Hwei just got buffed too, didn't he? Where's that next patch? I don't remember.
I'm not sure on that
Uh,
myself.
yeah, but it's gonna be the Corki though. Corki not a champion that I think is terrible mid. I think it's a fine pick actually in a lot of games. I just think it's not really the answer into the Wukong, especially Metro's Wukong. But that is the sub that is coming in last minute for Chime. So he's doing the best he can. Whoever's drafting for them probably has no idea what they're picking. I can already tell you exactly how that draft went. It's like,
So
all right,
it
mid,
is Corki
what
mid.
do you want? It's Corgi mid. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this is just one of those scenarios that I've been in a lot of times, and I know exactly how it went. It's just Like, mid, just pick whatever you're comfortable with. And he said, okay, give me the Corki, which is valid and fair. It's going to be another exciting one, though. Metro plus Fallen are going to play really aggressive. Sinestro is going to do the same. I am expecting another bloodbath.
I agree. I definitely agree. But we're going to go ahead and switch it over in just a moment for the spectator delay, and we will be right back.
Surprise, everybody. Hello. Welcome back. Game number 2 to this week of the LFA. My name is Soren, joining the desk for the first time tonight. Thank you. ADHD. I heard game 1 was a bit of a bloodbath thanks to some very unfortunate events for High Alert, but with only one ban this time around. Hoping maybe a little bit of a cleaner game number 2.
Yeah, it was about as much of a mess as the left side champion portraits are. Thank you again, Riot. But a little bit of level 1 shenanigans right off the bat, too. Camping out this bush, defending the Raptors this time. Last time we saw them, there's no way that they're going to let them get it. Oh my god. Fallen is able to get the ward. Why did you let him do it?
The shot?
The fight is coming out, though. Molly's like, die for it. Oh my god, that was so weird.
Is that gonna? Yeah, that is gonna force a recall from 2 players. I don't think that's huge. Manual waves are just now spawning, so I don't think that's gonna like completely change the game state or alter it. But that's still a lot of damage being dealt, and like you said, that ward going down is gonna give so much information because that J4 is starting on red, and that's now gonna be a public knowledge to everyone on Ember. So this bot lane is gonna be playing a lot more secure. Saying that, they might try to take advantage of it. Civil and 20 are sitting there waiting in the wings, maybe for a little bit of aggression or a side push here.
Really small thing. I don't know why Deathmaster Pones walked over that ward on his way back to the red buff. Surely he knew they put it there. Like maybe there wasn't a way around it where he could get there in time. I'm not sure. I do also think it's funny that he very clearly wants to start the Raptors again. It's one of those weird things where when you're playing jungle and comp, you think to yourself going into game 2, it's like, surely I shouldn't do the exact same thing as last time, right? But then you realize that like he really needs to path bot this game for them to have a win condition, so it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. But general condition of the game right now, both junglers starting on the top side of the map. Obviously a little bit behind for the Evelyn. I think Evelyn does have just a little bit of a weaker clear, but also a little bit of a late start. And actually, like J4 does not have that read, so he's actually going to go for a little bit of an invade. Not going to find anything. Doesn't even have a ward, seemingly. So they're not going to get that vision, but they might get this gank.
Well, that is a crazy look. It's Wukong. Wukong, it ain't going to work. I actually... So it looks silly, but I actually do support the invade there because one of the things that you want to do when you're playing against Evelyn is you just got to know where she is. Like, you just got to track her. He knows that she started topside now. So I actually support the looking for vision. What I don't support is the random look mid because he's just slowing down his pathing now. And Evelyn potentially has the opportunity to contest his last camp, which is a little bit risky. Ooh. Mid lane, though. Fight to the death. Flash from both mid laners. Oh my god, he gets it.
He gets out, and he gets out.
That is crazy. That is nuts.
First blood going over to Metro on the Wukong, a hero that we know he operates very well, and then immediately into a gank into the jungle. I think Fallen did secure that red buff, though.
Yeah, this is a level advantage for Fallen, but he's still kind of getting beat up here. Misfortune going to walk with that passive. The EQ is going to connect, and the flash is down for Fallen. This is huge. Metro is probably going to fall on the back end here, too. A huge play from Sinestro. We'll see if they're able to get Mollywops too. The E is going to connect. Misfortune is chasing her down. The Q is not going to connect either from Mollywops. He is probably going to get run down here. I don't think they're going to quite have enough with the pots ticking. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. Oh, okay. Is he going to burn?
Flash? No, I don't think he has enough. Flash was invested there to try. But wow, that is a lot of death and carnage across the map. 2 for 1 in the totality of it. High Alert just 1 away from securing that feat of warfare, which is something both teams are very clearly wanting to play for with how much aggression there has been throughout the entire game. A crazy route, but Kringle does survive that and live to see another day.
Bro, I am the biggest Evelyn hater. That champ is so bad. J4 is a level down. They have an extra man, and she still loses. It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like any other jungler that's winning for Ember. Obviously, you're not picking Evelyn for the early game, though, so I think it's fine. Yeah. It was a nice look to force that from Deathmaster, so we like that he's forcing the issue, and Fallen is going to have a nice little CS advantage once again. Probably going to be similar to last game.
Yeah, absolutely. And very quietly, I do want to bring up the bit of a CS gap on the top side. This Yone is doing pretty good at keeping Shen down. They did have an item advantage off of this most recent recall, but you can see even with the Shen backing, Yoshi is going to continue to take this fight a level up, though Deathmaster waiting in the wings. I don't know if they're even going to show presence, but they are there in case the Shen finds the opportunity for him. Meanwhile, Mollywops is sitting right around that dragon pit. First Drake is up. It is Mountain, which I think everyone will be happy for. It's a pretty good Drake, but not a great soul. So getting it early is not bad.
Ooh, I do not like this look. There's just
Okay.
no way that yeah. They get the ult, which I think is actually the best case scenario there from that play. They are going to give up the drag most likely for that look, though. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe just needs a little bit of relief for the Shen. He's kind of stuck in this lane. It is going to be first drag going over to Ember. So good start for them, especially for a team that I feel like does have the scaling advantage. I think this Yone lane is going to get worse before it gets better for HA. So I really want to see some plays early from HA here, but it is going to be Deathmaster Pons that's aggressed onto first here. The EQ is not going to connect. Fallen is gonna charm him out of that. Ooh, the Shen ult just in time. A really nice play.
And they're gonna get kills off of that. That's Feet of Warfare secured from High Alert, and they're gonna just snag more while they're there. 4 kills for High Alert here. Definitely, I think top lane is the momentum piece for them. For Ember, that is, as we can always see, Yoshi level 7 now. Very good wave clear. Is able to take 2 platings off that turret. The rest of the team seems to be struggling a little bit, and I think I agree with you. The Evelyn pick is definitely rough, especially in this early game.
Yeah, he did have the level advantage for that fight, though, but Deathmaster Pons is the master rage baiter, and he convinces them to all in him while the Shen ult is still up, so props to them for the team play. The Shen is not having a good time in lane, but that was a nice little play there. Varus is playing really risky here, and the ult is going to go wide, too. So not a lot accomplished with that. Also, take a look at Mollywops' level right now.
Mollywops' level? Oh, God.
Just ticked over to level 4.
Yeah.
Just ticked over to level 4.
Jeez.
It is almost 8 minutes, brother. Where you been? The all-in mid lane is...
Mystic is dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he literally died before we even realized this was happening. I'm not gonna lie. That was so fast. Yone probably gonna clean this up here too.
Yeah, a little bit of shielding is gonna help.
Low kills.
But even with the whiff of the ultimate, Yone's ult is just also such a good zoning ability. So gets him behind the Shen, makes it very difficult to retreat. That's really nice. And on top of that, Ember's also going to secure the grubs. So they're taking the first 2 objectives in the game. They're going to get all 3. And after losing the Feat of Warfare, that's going to be very good. Also, like I mentioned before, a lot of turret playing taking off that top turret. So they are in a position, even though they're down one of the feats of strength, I think they're in the best position to get the first turret. And they're definitely in the best position to get a third major jungle objective. Sorry.
Yeah, this is... I'm assuming most of you watching have played comp before. This is one of those games where, like, the gold is even, and it feels like you're playing well. It's just, like, how do you actually win? You know, I feel like HA is doing a lot of good stuff. They're collapsing well, and they're team fighting well, but just... it doesn't feel like any of that matters when your solo lanes are having such a tough time by themselves. And like I said, like, this is going to get worse before it gets better in these solo lanes. So HA is really on the clock to make something happen bot, I think, because at this point, even if Deathmaster is able to help these solo lanes, like, I just think that they're probably going to be winning for the rest of the game at this point. But Nico's going to go in, the ult is going to connect to this nice EQ from the Jarvan, and the ult is going to force a flash. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Very happy about that. Mollywop's going to go down too. He's going to get the revive off just in time.
Yeah,
We'll
the
see what they
bailout
like
comes in. That's huge, but Mystic is on the backside. I don't even know if they're aware of Mystic's in the area, but now they're trapped. This is a prime opportunity for a dive, but they need to commit now.
Ooh, Fallen played that really well. He's able to get around the Nico E there with the flash.
This is in way. They need to either do this or they need the GTFO because they have help coming in, and I think Mystic might die for it, but they will get one kill on the way out.
That's crazy that they got that one. Fallen's gonna go down here too, or not, just barely. This is easy dead drop, and there's no way he gets out of this. He's for sure
Yeah,
dead.
Simple might pick some stuff up. Very low health bars. They have been bullying Kringle in lane as well. They don't
Fallen
know
actually
Fallen
healing
is.
a considerable amount here.
Ooh, the charm is huge though. That makes it very difficult, and the fighting continues. 20. You definitely should not take this, my man. You need to get out. Save your life for another day. And they'll barely do so. Why is Mystic here?
It's still going! It's still going! It's a 3v1! Oh
More meat for the grinder as Mystic falls as well. Oh my. In the end, the kill counter that was so in heavily favor of High Alert has now switched on its head. Now 3 kill excess for Ember, 9-6 with all of the buffs from the objectives they secured. Man, High Alert, it was looking so good, but then they just kept trying to salvage and they lost more from it.
There's no way that is still going. I feel like we've swapped this play-by-play like 3 times because you're both running out of breath. But still no time to breathe. The dragon is up. We're gonna see a fight over it. Yeah, we didn't really see any coordinated fights last game. The Wukong R is not up yet, but Deathmaster Pones is just gonna go into the R here. The Nico R is gonna connect as well. It's huge for now. Mollywop is gonna die in the back end too. This might be the play that AJ needed. It's really close right now. The Wukong R is gonna be up in like 10 seconds. I don't think the HA is gonna be able to finish this dragon. I think they just need to leave. They're definitely gonna lose this on the back end. Meanwhile, in the top lane, more trading. Just gonna be out for now, but we're gonna see round 2 of this dragon real soon.
Yeah, absolutely. That Wukong presence is massive, and it holds off the dragon take. And, I mean, again, I'm looking at this top side, and I know you keep saying that it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better for High Alert. And this Yone is a walking menace right now. He's kind of bullying the Shen, and on top of that, has secured almost all of the plates available to him. Very low right now, the last one, and I think it's going to be secured here in just a second or two. There we go. So all 5 plates secured, and on top of that, about a 30 to a 40 CS gap. It's that top lane is a walking nuke in the future. They do secure 1 kill on the bot side. Just another kill on the board for Ember as they continue to want to fight for the streak.
Don't do it, Molly. Don't do it. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Oh, no.
He had a family. Oh, but
it's just so much damage.
Melt it. Metro is a menace. 5-1-2 right now. 400 gold bounty for him as well. That Wukong just melts anything that walks into its range. That's not a tank. And right now, Shen is a little preoccupied.
Yeah, Metro saw that announcement. Oh my god, 21 just dies so fast. Oh man,
yeah.
It is looking really tough. Dragon is going to go over to Ember as well.
Yeah, that is the feats of strength secured for them as well, by the way. I believe so. No, never mind. Sorry, that's the rebound because High Alert got the first 2 kills. If Yone takes his top turret, which it seems ever more presently that they will, then it will be feats of strength.
Yeah. But one thing I want to point out is I think Metro took that announcement of him not being on the All-Star roster for last split a little personally because he is playing really well tonight. This has been 2 really dominant games from him. Already has the Triforce completed, which is typically the big power play for Wukong in the jungle. But going to be even better in the mid lane because he's got that level advantage too. Meanwhile, Yone is going to attempt to 2v1 this. It's honestly going pretty well.
Yeah, a little slow. Okay, they will die, but man, At what cost? Both of them super low. Honestly, I think that Shen ultimate, those right next to him, that shielding was just so valuable because look how low those health bars were. Little is was barely getting by. So that is a difference maker for them. And Fallen is looking for it and is gonna secure it. So doesn't even get out with their life. Fallen on this Evelyn. Definitely a rough start to the game, but I mean, struggles on early, no longer early game, and their lane has just been, or all of their lanes have been able to keep themselves afloat. So this Evelyn is now going to start feasting.
Yeah, this is the point where you apologize to the Evelyn. Like, I'm making fun of it early, but going to be really strong for the rest of the game as soon as that death cap is completed. Meanwhile, Mystic is fighting back really well against Metro here, but Metro is just barely going to be able to outplay it. Both ults coming out from the ADC and support respectively in the bot lane. Mollywop's going to be alive for now, but not for long. We'll see if this Q is able to connect. It's just going to miss. MF is not going to be able to chase down Molly. I think he's kind of... Nice try on the Q bounce there, though. Not quite going to be able to get it, but they're going to be happy with the lane pressure, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It is also a pretty good response to what's going up on top side. Obviously, that first the first turret has fallen up there. So Yoshi has a ever-present time in their side of the map. So they're putting a lot more pressure on this bot side. It looks like that's going to be the next turret to fall. So it is going to help them out a little bit and make it so, not so one-sided, at least in the turret perspective. But those have honestly been pretty equal throughout the most part of the game, except for Yoshi being a little bit elevated in that regard. The big problem child right now is going to be these major jungle objectives. Ember have secured all of them, and High Alert are really starting to fall a little bit behind. They cannot keep up with just the kills that they're getting anymore. So I would expect to see a massive change in strategy here where they start putting more focus on these major jungle objectives. That being said, it is a oh god. Zon Drake. I cannot think of the right word for it. Chemtech. Thank you. Chemtech Drake, which is not one of the best to play for, so I definitely think they may have preferred getting the Cloud Mountain as one of just gets exploded. Mystic, not even safe on their turret.
Yeah, I was not correcting you because I also could not think of it there. I was like, what is that stupid thing called? But yeah, this is definitely a fun one for Metro. Last split, obviously teammates with Deathmaster Pones. One of the stronger mid-jungle duos in the league. Metro really showing that maybe he was the strong half of that because he has had a really good night against his former jungler. Sinestro is going to look for the play on Fallen here. For now, Fallen is going to be able to run out. It's out for now. We'll see if he continues the chase. The EQ is not going to connect. Fallen is going to try and get to this blast point, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. He is just able to get out. Molly's going to connect with the Q. Yone is going to go in, but immediately go back out. This is really disconnected. All of HA is coordinated and fighting together. Meanwhile, Ember is scattered all over the place. Even with the huge advantage they have, it's going to look pretty desperate. Metro ult is going to go off. The Yone ult is going to connect on the backline. A huge one there. Varus is going to free hit, but Yone is going to go down. I think that the MF is going to be able to clean this up. We'll see if Metro is able to sneak out here. Maybe some tricky clone plays. The Nico ult is going to connect onto nothing here. Fallen definitely going to go down too. This is a huge play from HA.
That is massive, and it's another moment, and I don't think it was Ember earlier on. We saw it out of High Alert, but a little bit of indecision there coming from Ember this time around. I mean, obviously the Mollywops and Fallen combo wasn't going to go amazingly. Is there any steal potential here?
Oh,
no.
wow.
Okay. J4
there was no smite. There was no smite there. That was an E. I do want to point something out, but hold up. 21 caught here. We'll have to hold off on that. The Q is going to connect from Mollywops. This is surely going to be a dead 21. Deathmaster is going to be able to walk him out for now. Misfortune is going to be here to clean up Kringle Bears, and they have overextended. HA is just getting more kills onto the overextension of Emperor. I don't think that Molly is going to be able to get out of this either. That's going to be a double kill.
Yeah, and I mean that first part was just bad communication. Obviously, Fallen and Mollywops together do not have the kill pressure between them, especially everyone who's an assassin. You're not gonna get the same pressure as if you had a Yone there or Metro on the Wukong. So they just try to leave, but then everyone tries to help them, but one by one and not together, and it's just a mess. And now we do see a little bit more of an even fight come out, and Metro having their way with this lane again, now actually able to take the fight in a more advantageous position. But then even after that first fight, they continued in that overextension, just more misplays from them. But it does look like Metro is showing everyone on the Rift that even though that fight did not go their way, the Wukong problem still persists. They have not dealt with Metro yet, and until High Alert know how to do that, they're still going to be on the back foot.
Yeah, so one thing I want to point out, it's been like 5 minutes at this point, but during that first fight, the dragon fight, Fallen had been sitting on enough gold for decap for like 5 minutes. I feel like obviously I can't confirm that completely, but he had one item for that fight, which was the same as the Jarvan. If he just had completed that, but I'm going to interrupt myself here as the Otacon fight is going to happen. The Nico ult is only going to connect onto the Yone as he's able to get out. It's a good look. Meanwhile, the Otacon is burning down. I think that this is looking really good for Ember. It's a triple kill for the Varus. That's going to be huge.
Wow.
What is happening? What is happening? It's just, this game is just like team fight after team fight after team fight, and it seems incredibly unpredictable as to who is going to win.
Yeah, High Alert pushing out there in that trio up in that top bush, and they go and they try to do something, but immediately have to fall back because of some low health bars, which then is immediately met with the Yone ult. Yone gets out, and with those terribly low health bars, then comes the Renata ultimate, and man, it just helps clean up shop. High Alert pretty much just have to sit there and watch as the Otacon is secured. More kills go the way of Ember. We do see the Tokyo drifting happening on mid and top side. Meanwhile, Yoshi's going to try to take this fight. Civil needs to get away. The ult is interrupted, but there's so much damage from Civil. They are going to secure the kill on the Yone.
Wow, that was close. Without Shenar, I think Yone actually wins that, which is crazy. All of Fallen's camps are up, so he's going to go back to farming duty. Needs that third item. Honestly, he doesn't. Deathmaster Cone's going to be a little caught out here, but he's Jarvan. He'll be fine for now. The Shen taunt on the backline is actually huge. Meanwhile, the Nico R is going to connect onto one. It looks like High Alert might actually be winning this. I don't think Molly is long for this world. The Flash is going to get him out for now with the Jarvan ult is going to secure the kill. The Blast Pant is just going to launch him back into no man's land, and he is surely going to be dead here, but he's living for forever. The Jarvan W slow going to be enough to get it done, though.
Okay, I was a little bit hesitant there to see that J4 ult come out. Obviously, it's about 1 minute and 15, a little bit less to the next Drake, so you expect the fight to be before then. I don't know what the cooldown is yet for Deathmaster Pones, but yeah, if not, he was going to have it at a reasonable time, so that's not too bad of an investment. Because these Drakes, like I said before, are super important. They've already picked up one, but they need to start this Drake stacking to help close the gap here. They will find Fallen, and Fallen's doing very, very good. Not the best in 1v1 situations.
Deathmaster Pones is, oh my god.
Yep, just
I was literally just about to tell you that he is not going to win this. Like, this is not a winning fight for Jarvan. But then Fallen just stood there. Ult, man, does so much damage. So Fallen is critically going to die right before Dragon. Deathmaster Pones with the huge outplay just plays that 1v1 way better, and he's probably going to secure his team the Dragon as a result. As these kills have evened up, the gold is still a huge 5k separation, though. So we'll see if that's going to give High Alert the confidence to take this drag.
Oh, God. Yeah, I was going to say it's probably mostly in the hands of that Yone, who got all 5 turret platings. Yeah, there's also about a 70 CS gap. The Drake is being secured very quickly. Metro.
Oh my god, he's going to go for it. The Yone ult is not going to connect. We'll see what they're able to get here. Wukong is dying.
J4.
He's dying. Oh my god, the Eclipse Shield is huge. Meanwhile, in the backline, Deathmaster Pones is trying to live as long as he can, but the Yone is just killing everyone. 21 is super low. finally, Fallen is here to clean up, and I think it's going to be an Ember win on the back end. Little Pookie is going to secure the kill onto the Yone. That's 3. The Blast Plant out. That's going to be a triple kill for the Shen. Somehow.
Somehow, some way, they make it work. And on top of that, High Alert come out with that drag. They went for that kill presence, Ember did, and they just ignored the J4 on the Drake. So Deathmask Bones got the Drake, turned around, immediately went onto the back line of Ember, which meant they didn't have as much kill presence as they would normally have. So I think in the end, that's very much in favor of High Alert. The gold lead has dropped a little bit more. It's about 1,000 gold that went into High Alert's pocket that didn't go into Ember's. So, well, it was very, very sketchy at times. I think High Alert do come out on top of that trade. They also get that second trade.
Holy is going to get connected on here. Fallen is just completely in no man's land. Metro is immediately going to cancel the MF ult. I don't know why she started it so close. Bears is just standing in the middle of like 3 people, but he's able to get out for now with the heal. Metro, meanwhile, is just going crazy on Little Pookie, who is definitely going to be dead on the back end. Metro is surely going to die here too. The Mollywop's Q is not going to connect. Yoshi is going to clean up Mystic, and it's just going to be 1 alive for High Alert. Ember going to take the team fight win.
Yeah, the Varus, like you said, is just kind of standing there, but at enough of a distance that they could just continue to sit there and just rain hellfire on them. And High Alert just don't know how to deal with it. They deal with stuff so early, and without that kill presence from the Misfortune, it just goes the way of Ember. They're going to take those kills, and now, because they have the opportunity, they're just going to take the Baron on top of it. Every member is going to get it as well. No one fell for that fight of real substance there. So, yeah, start the timer. They're wearing purple, and we're in a position where a collusive game really is an option. I mean, we're hitting that like 30, 40-second kill death timers now. So one really bad fight for High Alert with these purple cloaks on. It could be rough.
Yeah, I want to point out something funny. Obviously, the easiest way to tell how bloody this game is just to look at the kills, right? But one thing you can always look at is look at the ADCs farm this game. 27 minutes. And
God.
Neither of them have breached 180. Sometimes when these games get messy like this, you just can't farm, man. Like, you're just constantly fighting, you're constantly rotating. Respect to these guys for showing up to the fight. But yeah, those waves, towers are looking pretty lethal to these waves this game. Because it is pretty low across the board, as these people are only interested in farming champions.
Yep, absolutely. But say what you want. I mean, three items plus boots now completed for Civil. Yeah, that is a full 3 items as well as boots. Like upgraded boots as well for Criggleberries. So they're not too behind, but that's a huge ultimate and the wombo combo from that bot lane duo of High Alert. Knock him up, knock him down, as you could say. And that is a nice double kill for High Alert. Though it might cost them the turret, as Metro is just running in that top side with the Baron empowered minions, plus the Baron buff themselves.
He's gonna get it. Yeah.
This.
I don't know if he's gonna get out. I think he's pretty happy with the turret.
A lot. No shot to get some. What?
He might actually win this. Oh my god, it's so close.
But there's so much investment. It's gonna cost them. Yeah, 20's not gonna go. Yeah, that is terrifying because now they don't have the means to really defend this mid at all. Little has to go and just walk back. I'm assuming that also is going to be maybe the tier 3 on bot side as well, depending on how the Shione handles these two.
Yeah. At the beginning of the cast, I said that this is one of those games where it just feels like you're doing everything right, but you just can't win for some reason, and it's like difficult to articulate. Sometimes it's like you feel like you're winning fights, you feel like everything is going right. Like that was a nice wombo combo from HA there to lead off that extended fight, but it just doesn't matter because Metro is 2v1ing top lane and taking the inhibitor, and it's like even though they're doing things right, it just feels like it's impossible for them to win. HA is finding picks on the Fallen. I feel like Fallen has like he's this huge stat stick assassin that's just like god tier strong at this point, and he has done absolutely nothing. HA has done a really good job of shutting him down, finding him out isolated, but it just feels like they have to use too many tools to really close up that kill, and they just have nothing left in the tank for Metro, who is just kind of winning them the game on the back end of fights.
Yeah, it feels like a story. There's just too many pieces for Ember that are way too strong for them to deal with. High Alert have a lot of threat on the board. I look at that J4, I look at the Corki, I look at the Misfortune. But Ember, pretty much every single member of their team, except for the Renata, which is fair, justified, support Renata, is a massive kill threat. Yone and Wukong individually can pretty much 2v1 most fights that they take. And then if they're together or if they're paired up with the Evelynn or with the Varus, there's just so much kill potential that High Alert, even though they can get kills, are struggling to close out fights. As we do see Yoshi saying, yeah, no, I can 2v1. He's just going to try to run down Mystic and will get out.
He gets him.
And then the solo bound just drags him out of the danger.
Man, this is a good look from them, though. Huge Nico ult is going to connect on 4. The Renata ult over the top is going to be good as well, though. Metro is going to get out for now. The Redemption is not going to connect with anything as the Zonius comes out. Metro, meanwhile, is just going to ult in the backline. Huge shield from 21, but it's not going to be enough to survive Metro. Eve is finally going to connect with something. The Jarvan ult is going to do its job, but it's not going to really accomplish anything, as this is surely the final push for Ember.
Yeah, the wave hitting now. Deathmaster Pones. Sinestro can't do anything as they will fall. Waves from the other two lanes are already hitting the Nexus turret. The bot lane joins the party. And just like that, that is going to be game number 2, going to Ember 2-0 fashion to close out the series.
Yeah,
Wow.
Ember cooked them. They cooked them. The solo lanes looking really strong. Metro with a legacy performance on his top 2 spreadsheet champions. I believe it's Akali number 1, Wukong number 2.
Yeah.
What's next? Defoe will tell you. He's got it. Turns out he's pretty good on those chips. Giggle told me that there were more, but I didn't see him tonight. I saw the good ones.
Yeah. I mean, very, it felt very clinical from Ember. They just kind of felt like they were in the driver's seat for the majority, even though High Alert had moments of like brilliance. And it very much was a story of like what you said before, where it seems like everything was going very well for High Alert, but it just couldn't be closed out, or they couldn't capitalize on those moments of brilliance where they were able to get almost full wipes. And in the end, it was a game of inches, but Ember just kept getting one after another, and sooner or later that gap became just way too much to overcome. High Alert definitely, I don't think, are coming out of this game looking like a weak team. I am still terrified for whoever faces them next week and beyond. They still look like a very dangerous team to play against. But Ember, really solidifying themselves as one of the top teams in the split so far this time around.
Yeah, I just think HA's comp is too old, man. Like, how many 2012 champs are on that team comp? Like, I don't know. I just am watching Ember's champs dash all over the place. There's clones everywhere. It felt like it was a pretty tough one for HA. Obviously a tough scenario. With Sleeper Agent Chime not showing up, but props to the Corki for showing up and doing his best against one of the stronger mid laners in the league. Probably confirmed after that performance tonight, I think. So props to him for showing up and doing his best. But Metro is gonna go crazy tonight, and the rest of the team looking really good too. I thought that Yoshi played really well top lane. I was not familiar with this ADC, but it seemed like they were performing well. Volley doesn't look too bad support. I didn't know how they would look. It's been a while, so yeah, I think Ember has a lot of positives. If I'm HA, I don't really care. Like I'm just tossing this one away. I'm like, you know what? It happened. It's fine. We did our best. We'll go back to the drawing board for next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I think High Alert can hang their hats very happily and just say it was a one-off game, no mid laner, and losing 3 bans in game number 1 is definitely not the best way to start off a series. So they played well. They'll take it into next game and beyond. And I fully expect Tyler to continue to be a threat on the board for every team in the split. I'm also expecting them to make playoffs. So I don't think they're going to be that bad. But Ember securing their 3-0 position, high alert, going down 2-1, but feeling good. That is going to be just about it. That's all we got for you guys tonight. Thank you for dealing with me being late, but I'm glad I was at least able to get to game number 2. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. ADHD, thank you for holding down the fort on the casting desk. And special thanks to Giggle for filling in as well as doing the prod in the background, as always, making the magic happen. So special thanks to you. Thanks to all the TOs making everything happen for the tournament side, to all the players for coming out and showing out tonight. Very good play across the board. And of course, special thanks to you guys watching at home, because if you're not watching, what are we doing it for? That's it for us tonight. Next week, I don't know what game's being streamed, but you can find out all that information on the Discord as normal. Same time, same place as always, next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST, the only time zone that matters. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful night. Good night.